everybody. I'm back from Tennessee and I had a great trip. It was so good to see my son and his family and my granddaughter graduate from high school. We even visited her college and we even took my grandson, we took a ride with my son to take my grandson back to school. He goes to the University of Dayton. It was a 5-hour ride one way. So that was interesting. But today I've had a request to do a class on templates. So that's what I'm going to do. Creative Memories has recipe templates. They have templates for journaling and templates for creative pages. And you can use a template if you want to put a lot of pictures on a page, or if you only want to put one picture on a page. They make great title pages. I wouldn't use them for every single page, but I would if there's a special event, then you want to go to your templates and pick one and use it. So you want to get the tools you need in place, because with the right tools, anything is possible. You do need a pencil, and I use a mechanical pencil with a good eraser. You need an all-surface pencil, and this pencil is to trace onto pictures. You do not want to trace on paper with this because it won't come off, but on the pictures it rubs right off. A multi-purpose tool comes in handy. Your custom cutting system with various shapes. In particular, I use the circles a lot for on my templates, but depending on the template that you're using, you might need to use a different shape. And more often than not, there's a template for a custom cutting system that'll cut it easily for you, rather than you having to trace and cut. As well as our rectangles and our square, that's one set. So that comes in handy as well. So these are two of the blades for a custom cutting system. There's also a blue one. I didn't use it today. You'll need repositionable tape runner and permanent tape runner. Well, they're both permanent, but in your regular tape runner. You'll need multi-purpose clips and a scissors. Now, when you're purchasing a template, the first time you purchase it in the bundle. The bundle comes with your template. It comes with your all-purpose, all-surface pencil and 4 clips. I only used 2 today, but 4 come in handy. It comes with the 4. So I'm going to just very quickly go through the different templates. Most of these are still not available anymore, but I have some to sell in my stash here. Not this stash, but my new stash. This is the Hello Autumn journal template. A journal template comes in very handy if you want to trace doodles on your page, or little borders and different things, journal boxes, just to trace on your page. So that these are really good to write lines and dashes and different things, different elements on your page, limited to your imagination. This is the Simple Symmetry template. And you can see there's a lot of different cuts that you can do. But if you look even closer, you don't have to do every single cut. You can cut the large arrow or the small arrow. These are squares, so you can just measure them using either a ruler or your custom cutting system mat, and use your 12-inch trimmer to cut them to size and fit in there. So there's a lot of different tips and tricks that you can use. This is the apple template. Again, you can cut every single nook and cranny on that, or you can just cut the apple and place it on a page. And then your pictures, you can do pictures, either a square with 2 small squares or just a 4x6 and some journaling. So that's the Apple template. This one is called Sunshine, and I believe I have a tip on the back of this. When you open your template, take that piece that advertises what's in it and take your template, mark your template at the top, and you can really tell what the top and the front is because it does have Creative Memories stamped right in there. And then trace the whole thing on that. That comes in handy when you're making your page, and it's a temporary holding place for those pieces that you cut. So I'll show you that. This is called the snapshot, and again, you can cut every single angle on that. On this one, this came in handy when I made this one, because I was able to use my blue blade around the outside edge of that. And then on the inside, I used, I think it's this one, yep, the smallest circle with the red blade. And I'll show you a page that I did using that. And you can see that I traced on there. And I was putting repositionable tape runner to hold them. You don't have to do that. That's why they're sticking a little bit. So you can, I mean, if you want to do something really creative and just do the whole camera with the shutter and lens and everything, and then put pictures all around, that comes out really nice as well. This is the Mosaic template, and this template was in the first secret box. And by the way, I heard today they have 150 more secret boxes. So if you didn't get it for the next virtual crop, I highly recommend that you get it now. They're going to run out of those because they already ran out once, and they found 150 more. On this template, you can see a lot of different shapes. You can see squares. You can see diamonds. You can see a star all around. You can just cut that star out all around the edge, or a star on the inside. You've got triangles, small ones and big ones. There's so many different things that you can do with this. So this one is called Center Stage. I've done a page with that, and I did use the inside of this to cut all the circles with, I believe it was my green or blue blade, to cut all these circles, and it just was fast. It was really fast. This on the inside is the largest circle with the blue blade, and then that inside circle is the smallest circle with the red blade. So again, you can trace and cut, or you can use your custom cutting system as a shortcut. This is the collage wreath. Again, you can cut every single thing, or you can just cut this part and then put your photos in there. And then also, you can use it any way. You can use it this way, or this way, or this way, or this way. And you can flip it over, and you get different looks. This one is called Framework. And again, same thing. You can have this on this side. You can have it on the top. You can have it on the right-hand side. You can have it on the bottom. You can, I mean, and depending on, you know, the pictures that you have. These can be the decorative paper, journal boxes, or your photos. I look at this and I see journaling. I see, like, you know how you can put little strips of journaling all the way down? That's what I see when I see that. This one was called Frame It Up. And this is called Slices of Life. And again, this was done, this you could use the jumbo circle, or you can just cut squares and triangles and do that. So you can see different elements in it. On this one, just slices. The one hole, it was the circle that was cut into fours, and then one whole element of that was for journaling, and the center was the title. Came out that's a really cute page. The first template that Creative Memories came out with was the sunburst, and I'll tell you a little story about this when I show you my pages that I've done with it. But I do have, this is no longer available, but I do have two that I can sell. This is called the Wildflower. Again, you can see, you don't have to cut these circles. You can put pictures in the corners, and then, you know, all different things. It depends on what you have and what you're doing. You can see that I've done this, and I have the element on the outside that I can also use on a page. So this is the Sweetheart one. This you can cut forever on this. We have some older templates that were heart-shaped that fit in here. But I mean, look at all that. Or you can keep it really simple and do something like this. And then we have this Photomat stencil set. And the Photomat stencil set is very helpful by putting it on your page, tracing the mat, and then deciding which way you want. Do you want two verticals and two horizontals? Do you want just two horizontals? You know, and they're just different. It's nice to know how it's going to look on your page before you put it on your page. Here's the jumbo circle, and this is called the Global Glow template. And what I saw in it was a snow globe. So I took and cut on the inside with my red blade the circle. And then I just traced and cut this part. So when you're cutting and you have a straight edge to cut, I used a piece of scrap paper. If it's a straight edge, put it right on the edge of your paper. If I can push this up a little, right on the edge of your paper, so that you're tracing up, around, and down, and that's all you're cutting are two edges. If you put it here on that edge, if you're using scrap paper and you have two edges, you don't have to cut here. You're just cutting here and here on two edges. So you can see that this particular sample is very simple, and I placed them on my little template. I placed them on so I know where they're gonna go, but it would be pretty easy to figure that out. I have a lot of repositionable tape runner on this page that I'm gonna show you. So the next thing you do is you place your template on that page, and that's where you wanna use the clips. Now, if you have and you wanna trace everything on the page and cut it out, use 4 clips to hold that in place. This I'm using 2 clips because I want to place this in just the right spot. So I'm going to lift this at the bottom and bring it up and place it right where it goes. And then this here at the bottom. I do want it to touch the snow globe. So if I had cut more pieces, I would be able to just put them right in and put repositionable tape runner in there to hold it down. Then you lift this right up, and there's the snow globe on there. And I can envision doing a birthday page or Christmas and putting pictures inside here, and maybe even cutting some pictures using the template and putting them in the corner and doing journaling up here, maybe journaling in this corner. So that's the Global Glow template. No, I don't think that's available anymore, but that was a fun one. So the tips that I want to show you, and I will rehash a little bit, when you get your template, the first thing you want to do is with a pencil, trace the whole thing on that, just flip over that inside piece of cardstock and trace the whole thing. You want to mark the top, that way you know where, because they look like they're the same, but sometimes the angles are different. So you really want to be able to place them where they go. Now you can see this Global Glow. If I turn it this way, that's where I saw the snow globe, over there. But if you turn it this way, I mean, you've got a lot of different things that you can do on this. So even turning it this way, you can take and trace and just, you know, trace this line on the inside and this line like that and get some good looks. I think, yeah, that's what they did here. They cut the straight line and traced the wavy and cut that, and you got just a different look. And then the picture was traced like that, so you get, you know, it's a different shape, and then the pictures fit right into one another. So 3 pictures on that page, not so bad. Okay, now I want to show you what I've done with them. And this is my son's album. This is what I've been working on. And in here, if I can find the page, I thought I marked it, but guess what? Oh yeah, I did. I marked it with 2 pieces of paper. This is the snapshot template, and you can see that what I did, what you have to do is if you put the template on the top and clip it on the top, you can lift and put your picture in and see which ones will go in each of those little spaces. So I was able to get the whole event on this one page with the picture, with the camera on the middle. And then I took my dot pen and I made dots all around just to highlight that a little bit. So that's one. And then I think there was, maybe not in here. Nope, I can't, nope. But that's one that I did, and I think there may have been another in this album. If there is, I can't find it. Okay, so now I'm going to move right along to another album. So I had a search for these. And I did put like a bookmark in with my border. So right here, if you can see it, A few years ago, in the old Creative Memories, one very creative consultant designed this page. And she was very, very generous to give us all the dimensions and how to cut all of these sunbursts. It took me a long time. It took me hours to do this, to get them all just right and cut just right. I had done that page, and then when my granddaughter graduated from BC, I had highlighted her on that page, and that was just fine. And I do love this page, but let me tell you, that was a lot of work. Lo and behold, a few years later, Creative Memories came out with the Sunburst template, and I did this page using that. And you can see it's not the same. I mean, on this page, everything goes to the edge and it's bigger. I suppose you can do that with this, but I didn't. I just followed the template with all, you know, with my purple paper and then put the picture in the center. So this was a lot quicker. This did not take hours to do. This took, I wouldn't say a couple of minutes, but it took a few minutes to do. So that's that template. Let me see. Yeah. I guess that's all that's in this book. Okay, and then there's one more book where I have quite a few pages done with different templates. And that's the book I did for an anniversary present for my husband. So first off, this was done with the first journal template. This card I made with the first journal template that Creative Memories came out with, and it's no longer available. But I made this card and I did dots and stuff with it. So that came out pretty good. This is the Sweetheart template. And I did cut every single element of it. And in this page took a little time, but I do like it. This also was done with the Sweetheart template. I guess it was when it first came out. I honestly can't remember. But the flip side of that is this. All I did was cut the heart and then drew little, with my pen, I just kind of went around it on that. So that's one. That was the Sweetheart template. And let's see. This is the Center Stage. And this, like I said, I used the custom cutting system to cut all these circles. I did not trace and cut them. And then I just did these in the corner. This was a very quick page. The other side of that, this is also that same template, the Center Stage, where I just cut a circle and then one circle of the kids in the pool and then the corners. So you can see there's a lot of different things. Now this is that, I forget what it's called, that other template, but this is actually the reverse. So I fussy cut everything. So when I fit pictures in where I could in here to get more in it. This is just the background paper. And then this, so this is the reverse of this one. where I cut everything out, but I fussy cut it so that I could use that page twice. So this piece of paper was used on both pages. It's this pink that's around that, and then this was put on just white cardstock. So that's that page. Again, same page, same template, and all I cut was the outside and then one circle, and then to do that, and then on the other side again I used the reverse of it. So you can use any elements of those templates. If you just want to cut two angles and put them on, you can do that. They're as easy or as difficult as you want to make them. So that's how I've used templates. That's what I could find when I was getting ready for this. But the tips, if you have the right tools, you can do anything. Don't forget to trace them on the back, because that is very handy, because when you're cutting them, if you keep cutting, at first that's what I was doing. I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting. Then I had all these pieces and I didn't know where they fit in. So then I went to my next step. Then I would mark everything, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and mark it on my page where they were going to go. But that didn't work out. This, by tracing it on here, and then as you cut it, you put it down, it makes it so much easier. And it's a great way to use scraps up. If you have little scraps or big scraps, or a piece of paper that you don't know what to do with, you can cut it a circle and then use that inner circle on another page. Use the negative of it on another page, on a facing page. Comes out really great. So I think that's all the tips I have. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and you can email me at lauracm126@gmail.com, or message me on Facebook. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that.